Here are 10 of the scariest moments in history. Yellowstone supervolcano eruptions. The Yellowstone supervolcano has erupted several times in the past, with the most recent eruption occurring approximately 640,000 years ago. If the supervolcano were to erupt again, it could have catastrophic effects on the planet, including a global volcanic winter and widespread destruction. The eruption could cause a massive ash cloud that would block out the sun, leading to crop failures and famine. It could also trigger earthquakes and tsunamis that would cause widespread damage. The Great Clown Scare of 2016. In 2016, reports of creepy clowns began to surface across the United States and other parts of the world. The sightings caused widespread fear and panic, with some people even resorting to violence to protect themselves. The clown sightings were often accompanied by rumors of violence and kidnapping, which only added to the fear. European witch hunts. Between the 15th and 18th centuries, tens of thousands of people, mostly women, were accused of witchcraft and executed in Europe. The witch hunts were fueled by superstition, fear, and religious fervor, and they remain one of the darkest chapters in human history. Many of the accused were subjected to torture and forced to confess to crimes they did not commit. The witch hunts had a lasting impact on European society and culture. Earth passes through the tail of Halley's Comet. In 1910, Earth passed through the tail of Halley's Comet. Many people feared that the comet's poisonous gases would cause widespread death and destruction, and some even committed suicide to avoid the supposed impending doom. The fear was fueled by sensationalized media reports and superstition, and it shows how easily people can be influenced by fear and panic. Washington, D.C. Sniper attacks. In 2002, a series of sniper attacks terrorized the Washington, D.C. area. The attacks, which were carried out by two men, left 10 people dead and 3 others injured. The shooters were eventually caught and sentenced to life in prison. The attacks caused widespread fear and panic in the D.C. area, with many people afraid to leave their homes or go about their daily lives. Cuban Missile Crisis. In 1962, the United States and the Soviet Union came dangerously close to nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The crisis was sparked by the Soviet Union's placement of nuclear missiles in Cuba, just 90 miles from the United States. The crisis was eventually resolved peacefully, but it remains one of the most tense moments in modern history. The fear of nuclear war and the potential destruction it could cause was a constant source of anxiety during the Cold War. The United States nearly loses John Glenn and the Friendship 7 spacecraft. In 1962, astronaut John Glenn became the first American to orbit the Earth. However, during the mission, a malfunctioning heat shield caused the spacecraft to overheat, putting Glenn's life in danger. Fortunately, the heat shield held up and Glenn returned safely to Earth. The incident highlighted the dangers of space travel and the risks that astronauts face. 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami. In 2004, a massive earthquake off the coast of Indonesia triggered a tsunami that killed more than 230,000 people in 14 countries. The tsunami was one of the deadliest natural disasters in history and caused widespread destruction. The sheer power of the tsunami and the devastation it caused were a stark reminder of the power of nature and the fragility of human life. The chestburster scene in Alien. The chestburster scene in the 1979 film Alien is one of the most iconic and terrifying moments in horror movie history. The scene, in which an alien bursts out of a crew member's chest, is shocking and gruesome. The scene has become a cultural touchstone and has inspired countless imitations and parodies. The Spanish flu pandemic of 1918. The Spanish flu pandemic of 1918 was one of the deadliest pandemics in history, killing an estimated 50 million people worldwide. The pandemic was caused by a strain of the H1N1 influenza virus and spread rapidly across the globe, causing widespread fear and panic. The pandemic had a lasting impact on public health and led to the development of new medical treatments and protocols. These moments in history are some of the scariest and most terrifying events that have ever occurred. From natural disasters to man-made disasters, these events have left a lasting impact on the world and continue to be remembered as some of the most frightening moments in history. It's important to remember these events and learn from them so that we can be better prepared for the future.